Soft washing is a gentle approach for cleaning vertical surfaces, roofs, buildings, any type of structure.
It's chemistry laden because the chemicals involved, because you
Right.
don't want to damage anything.
You really got to be careful with vertical surfaces. There's seals on the windows that could get blown out. There's cracks in the mortar if you're dealing with brick, if you're dealing with any type of flagstone. Flagstone's not supposed to be pressure washed.
Welcome, everybody. Go ahead and introduce yourself for everybody.
I'm Jeremy Nelson. I'm with Galaxy Softwash.
Okay. Now, when we hear Galaxy Softwash, a lot of people think of pressure washing and soft wash. There's so many different terms that are out there. Break us down. Explain to us what's the difference between soft wash, pressure wash. Is there a difference?
Absolutely. Yeah, we primarily specialize in soft washing, although we do offer traditional power washing. Soft washing is a gentle approach for cleaning vertical surfaces, roofs, buildings, any type of structure. And then pressure washing is only utilized on flat surfaces that are firm like concrete, driveways, walkways, parking lots, those types of surfaces.
Okay. So we got a little breakdown on that, so when people hear the two, they're not automatically thinking you're just going to come in and blow the paint off everything. What kind of prepping do you do? Is there something that you have to prep? I mean, chemical wise?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing is property protection. When doing a building wash, primarily, we want to make sure that all the electrical outlets are covered and taped. Of course, we don't want any house fires, anything of that nature. We also pre-wet the landscape, so we water all the plants. We ask our customers to water their grass prior to our arrival. That way, if any chemicals do run off of the roof or the building and go into the soil, the plants aren't seeking new nutrients, and so they've already absorbed their water, they've already fed, and they're not looking for anything else during the cleaning process. At the very end, we come back and then we post rinse and rinse all of the vegetation to ensure that everything remains alive and healthy.
Okay. Now, is there a difference in the detergents that you use, like you say, for a roof, or as opposed to, power washing? Is there a difference between the two?
There's a variety of different types of soaps and detergents that we use. Primarily on the roofs, we tend to use sodium hypochlorite, which is bleach, essentially.
Okay.
That kills the organic growth on your roof surfaces, your building surfaces. That Gloeocapsomagma, that black algae that you primarily see around Tyler, Texas, bleach, it obliterates it. So you spray it up there, it kills it, and then we rinse it off, and you have a clean surface without any high pressure. Now, that doesn't go to say all roofs, not all roofs utilize sodium hypochlorite. There's galvalume and galvanized steel. If you utilize bleach on those types of surfaces, you'll cause damage, primarily oxidation, which will cause the roof to turn black. So in those instances, we use something called sodium percarbonate. So it's a more of a hydrogen peroxide type of chemical. It's like an oxygen bleach. It's not as harsh. It doesn't have the caustic effects that normal bleach does, but it's still just as effective at removing organic material. So it does depend on the surface, and that's why it's imperative that you select a company that specializes in the different types of chemicals and the different types of surfaces, and they understand the chemistry behind it, because there's a lot of guys out there. The entry to pressure washing is very low, like as far as the overhead, pretty much anybody can get into it if they want to. But if you don't know what you're doing, you don't understand the chemistry and the products that you're utilizing, there's a high probability you could cause damage and essentially cause an insurance claim, or nobody wants that.
Well, it's not just an insurance claim; it's an insurance claim on you because you're the one that's caused the damage.
Absolutely.
So it's basically, it's good to be able to get a history on what you've done in the past. Or have you been doing this for 2 years or 2 weeks?
Exactly.
That's usually pretty important. Now, when you're done and property's looking nice, beautiful, what do you do after? Is there anything that you do to treat it to make it stay that way, or is it something you sit there going, well, nature's going to take its course?
Well, everything that we utilize is biodegradable. So like the chemicals that we use break down after about 15 days. We do post-treat, like concrete, for example. After we're done cleaning, we come back with some sodium hypochlorite, we cover the surface, and that just kills off any of the remaining residual algae or organics that are growing on the surface to ensure a longer lasting clean. Usually if that's done and everything's cleaned properly, you don't have to worry about concrete current cleaning for at least 6 months. And then usually on vertical surfaces like houses and roofs, you don't have to worry about having somebody come in and clean, but maybe once annually or biannually. It just depends on how clean you want your house.
Right. So is there anything that a person has to do? Like you said, you like for them to water the grass and the plants before you come, so they're not looking for outside nutrients in case chemicals hit it. Is there anything they need to do when you're done, or is it just sit back and enjoy the beauty of it?
Just enjoy the clean. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. We try to take care of 90% of the work. So I mean, as far as the customer is concerned, usually we just have them water before and water after, and we take care of the rest. So
Well, that's good to know because a lot of people don't want to, if they're paying you to come and take care of their house, they don't want to have to sit there and go, well, I have to do all this work after the fact.
exactly.
And so that's good to know. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I, can think of. Is there anything that you could think of that I'm missing? I mean, it's chemistry laden because the chemicals involved because you
Right.
don't want to damage anything. Because I just thought you came in here with a high pressure hose and just started just knocking stuff off, right?
No, absolutely not. So that's really what differentiates us from a lot of the competition. You'll see a lot of people touting that they're a pressure washing company,
Right.
and there's a lot of guys that don't know what they're doing, and they do come out. And I've seen videos on Facebook, local companies that are owned and operated here in Tyler, Texas, that come out and they'll start blasting away at the side of the house. They'll advertise that they're videos and post videos of
Yeah.
them power washing the side of the house, and I shake my head and don't say anything. But it's one of those things. You really got to be careful with vertical surfaces. There's seals on the windows that could get blown out. There's cracks in the mortar if you're dealing with brick, if you're dealing with any type of flagstone. Flagstone's not supposed to be pressure wash. That's all supposed to be soft wash. So it's really about keeping the surface integrity intact and making sure that the customer's property is protected during the cleaning process.
Yeah, I've seen a few videos to where they've gone up there with high pressure on a on shingled roof, and you see them just blowing shingles everywhere. They don't
Oh,
understand what's going on.
no, all the aggregate gets peeled off. Absolutely not. So it's just a chemical application. It's soft, it's gentle. There's no damage that's caused from it. It's a much safer approach than traditional power washing.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks, Chris.
All right, thanks.